Guys, welcome back to my channel. I just want to say that I'm wearing the same makeup that I am in my last video because I just filmed this tutorial right before, so it'll be linked down below because it is the video right before this and it's already posted. So today I am doing my favorite brushes video. This has been so requested for months and I don't know why I never filmed it. Like, I just kept forgetting about it, so I'm filming it today. If you guys want to see what my favorite brushes are, then just keep on watching. So I'm gonna obviously start in order, so face brushes, then eye brushes, and etc. I don't have any favorite primer brushes because I just use my hands for primer, so we're gonna skip that and move on to foundation. For foundation, I love my beauty blender, but lately I have been loving face brushes rather than beauty blenders. So that's why I'm gonna share with you guys my two favorite face brushes. Guys, these brushes make your foundation look so freaking bomb. I can't, like, it's airbrushed, like so beautiful. It looks like your skin. It doesn't even look like you have a layer of foundation on your face. And I rave about these brushes all the time on my Snapchat. I mostly rave about this one, which this one is the Sigma 3D HD Kabuki. This is like, if I only needed to choose one brush in this world, I'd use this one. Doesn't make your foundation look streaky whatsoever. I used to use this a couple of years ago and I hated it so much. I just love it. And it has obviously like the little tapered part right here, so it makes it so easy to go around your brows or under your eyes or the little crevices around your face, and oh, like, I love it. And the next one is the Morphe M439. It is so good for buffing on your foundation. It's so big, so if you're in a rush or anything and you can't obviously like use your beauty blender or this brush, this is huge. Like, just go like this and call it a day. Like, it is amazing. So these two are my favorite brushes for foundation. So moving on to concealer, my favorite brush for concealer. It is so amazing, way better than the beauty blender for concealer. This is basically a beauty blender on a stick. Patrick Star always said that. That was the reason why I bought this. It makes your concealer again look so airbrushed, so perfect. So this is the Morphe G2 brush. Like I just said, it is like a beauty blender on a stick, but it is so much better because it does not soak up any product because it doesn't need to be wet. And it just leaves all the coverage under your eyes, and it's just so beautiful. Fits so amazing under your eyes. This is especially a match made in heaven for the Tarte Shape Tape. I highly recommend this brush as well. Moving on to powder brushes for powdering your face, powdering your under eyes, all that good stuff. So I have three brushes for that. The first one is the Real Techniques buffing brush. This one's really good for packing on powder foundation. So instead of using just like a regular old translucent powder, or even packing on a powder foundation on top of translucent powder, which is sometimes what I do if I want more coverage, this is the best because it is just so dense and packs on your powder foundation so beautifully. So I really like this. Very affordable from the drugstore. This one is this brush, which is way bigger, way more fluffier. It's just better for an overall powder, like with translucent powder. This one's my favorite to use. This is part of the Vanity Planet 15-piece brush set. I talk so much high things about Vanity Planet, and especially their 15-piece brush set, just because it's so versatile. It comes in a brush rollout pouch, which is amazing for traveling and keeping your brushes sanitary. And again, it comes with 15 brushes, which I will also be mentioning more brushes in this video. This isn't sponsored or anything. It's just, I love these brushes so much. I use them every single day. I just want to mention I have a discount code for it. It is GetGlamWithSoph. It will be down below with all my discount codes. And you get, I think, $56 around there off from these brushes. And in total for these 15 brushes, it is $24 US. So like, I would highly recommend you guys get these brushes if you're starting off with makeup or you just want more brushes to your collection. And then the last one is the Morphe M438. So I really like this to pack on any loose powder for under my eyes, or to set my eyes further with a brightening powder. This is just perfect. It just fits perfectly under your eyes, even for your forehead, chin, nose, and your under your cheekbones. It's just beautiful for that, and it's tapered. They're amazing. I love Morphe brushes. Moving on to bronzer and contour. First favorite bronzer brush is the Morphe M527. I've been using this for a couple years because it's so big and fluffy, so it just gets that really nice bronze look. I love it for my forehead and my cheekbones, just to, you know, do your little bronzing. And yeah, I love it for that. Next one is part of the Vanity Planet 15-piece brush set again. It's just more of like an angled brush, really good for carving out your cheekbones. And then my Sigma Small Contour F05. I've been using this brush for like 2.5 years just to get that really precise, sharp contour. It's very dense, and just these are godsend. I love these brushes. So the next brush is for blush. This is the Real Techniques multitasking brush. It just fits amazing right where you want it to, your apples of your cheeks. It just looks so good. What I like to do personally is I like to blend my blush and contour together. It fits perfectly where my contour and blush is. And I don't know, this is my ride or die for so many years. So moving on to highlighter. I have a couple highlighter brushes that I really like. First one is like my all-time favorite highlighter brush by ABH. So this is the ABH 23 brush. I used it for my highlight today. It just makes your highlight look so gleaming and beautiful. It has the perfect shape for getting that good highlight. You could either use it more like precisely, or you could do like an all-over highlight. There's so many ways you can make your highlight look with this brush. Then moving on to two other brushes. This one's a little bit more on the expensive side compared to the Morphe brushes that I'm going to talk about, but this one's really, really nice. This is the Sephora Pro Fan Brush, and it's very tiny, so you can get like a very, very precise highlight. Like, it makes your highlight look really blinding basically. So I like to use this specifically with my Artist Couture Cocoa Bling when I'm doing my makeup looks for Instagram, because I first apply a powdered highlight right before, and then I'll go in with my Artist Couture Cocoa Bling loose highlighter with this brush, and I'll apply it just specifically right in the middle of the highlighter that I applied right before, and it just makes it pop way more than it did without Artist Couture Cocoa Bling and this brush. So that's specifically what I like to use this brush for, just because it's a very small fan brush, and basically it's way better for precise highlight application. And then lastly are three Morphe brushes. So the Morphe R12, the Morphe M510, and the Morphe M501. All three of these brushes are very nice, very inexpensive if you're looking for a good highlighter brush. Not much to say about them. They're just really nice basic brushes for highlight. So moving on to nose contouring brushes, I have two brushes for that I really like. The Wong Cosmetics brush, there's no number on it. It comes in a 12 or 15 piece brush set from wongcosmetics.com. I don't know exactly, but this is really good. It fits really nicely in your hollows of your nose, just to really get the precise nose contour. And also another one of the Wong Cosmetics brushes. This is, I think, for eyes, but I use it for nose contouring. It's just really nice to buff out any harsh lines of your nose contour from this brush. So now for eyebrow brushes and concealer brow carving brushes. So for my eyebrow dip brow pomade, I like to use the ABH. I think this is a number 12 brush, but the number is like ripped off. It's like faded from using it too much. So it has a spoolie on one side, and then it has the really nice small angled brush. So it really, really gets nice in like close to your eyebrow hairs, makes your eyebrows look really nice. And then for my powder brow, I like to first go in with my brow wiz, then dip brow pomade, and then after I'm done my face makeup, I'll go in with the brow powder from ABH. So that's what I like to use this with. This is the MAC 266 brush. This is made for brow powders, basically. It's more for powders rather than pomades, just because there's a lot of thick bristles inside. So I just like to go with this after I've done my face makeup and want to darken my brows a bit. And then lastly, this actually isn't a concealer brush. It's from Michaels. Every single day to carve on my brows with concealer, but obviously not everybody's going to be able to find this brush. So I'll mention the Morphe M224. This is also amazing for carving out your brows or concealer application. So yeah, I really like these. Okay, so now moving on to eye brushes. I tried to pick the eye brushes I use the most, just because I have so many eye brushes and I love all of them like equally, but I'm gonna mention my most used eye brushes. So starting off with my Sigma Tapered Blending E40 brush, this is amazing. I'm not gonna do close-ups just because I've had a lot of problems lately with my focusing on my camera. I don't know why, like it's on autofocus, I tap my face even when it's not focused. It just, I don't know, it's a mess right now. So I'm not gonna zoom in because it's gonna be a long, difficult process of unzooming in and focusing myself again, and it's just gonna be too long and my battery's gonna die. So again, Sigma tapered E40 brush. I'll have them all linked down below if you want to see closely. This is amazing for just an overall crease blend to bring a transition shade. I just really love this brush. It's more of a tapered brush, so you can get a really nice precise application. So next is my Morphe M433. This is actually a really good dupe for my MAC 217. They're literally identical, half the price basically, and I love both a lot. MAC 217 is amazing for getting a more precise crease blend and a more precise application for your crease. And the same thing with M433. They serve the same purpose and they're just very alike. So if you wanted the MAC 217 for a while but haven't gotten it yet, I'd recommend the Morphe because they're literally the same and the fraction of the price. So next is the Morphe R37 and the Morphe M441. They're very similar, so they do the same thing. And these two brushes are my favorite for transition shade. They literally apply your transition shade. That word, those two words are such a tongue twister when you like say them at the same time. So these two brushes are just like God sent for transition shades. Like, I can't explain it. Like, it just makes your transition shade so blended and like, ugh, I love these brushes. So the next one and last one for blending is the Sigma Blending E25 brush. Now, I love to use this for cut creases because it gets in your crease so perfectly and it's very small compared to all my other blending brushes. So it can get in the inner corner and outer corner perfectly, and you can shape your cut crease so amazingly with this brush. So I really like this for cut creases especially. And then for my cut creases or half cut creases or anything basically, this is part of the Vanity Planet 15-piece brush set again, and my discount code will be linked down below just because I've mentioned a lot from Vanity Planet 15-piece brush set, so you guys know I love it so much. So I just used this actually for this tutorial and it fits so amazing to cut your crease. Just, it has that shape where it fits under your crease and it just cuts it to perfection. Like, it makes your cut creases so nice. And if you're having a lot of trouble with cut creases, I would recommend this brush in particular. And for lower lash line, my favorite brushes are the Sigma Pencil E30 and the Morphe M169. This one I like a little bit more just because it's a bit smaller, so it can get closer to your lash line and, you know, do all that little work that this brush can't, because this is a little bit more fluffier. It's a little less densely packed, so it just kind of, if you want to blend out anything in your lower lash line, you can just do it with this. So these are my favorite for lower lash line. That is all for my favorite brushes video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I will have all the brushes linked down below as well as discount codes for any of the brushes that I have. Check out all my social media links. They will be down in the description bar as always. And again, if you want to see this tutorial, it will be linked down below as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!